seems like whenever there's a questionable issue of Christian faith, the excuse always arises, well, God sees the heart. So what does God think about man's outward appearance? Or does he only see the heart? 1 Samuel 16:7, For the Lord seeth not as man seeth, for man looketh on the outward appearance, but the Lord looketh on the heart. In this verse, God tells Samuel that looks don't always tell the whole story. So let's look at this verse in context. Now, I'm not a great Bible scholar, so I'm just going to tell you the story. Israel had grown tired of being the only nation without a king, so they told Samuel to anoint them a king. He went to God and prayed about it. God told them that a king would only bring trouble to the people, but if that was what they wanted, they could have one. Samuel relayed God's message to the people, but they were determined to have a king. So God led Samuel to anoint Saul the first king of Israel. The people of Israel were very pleased because Saul was a tall, strong-looking man, and so Saul became king of Israel and had many victories. Until one day God commanded Saul to attack an enemy nation and wipe them out completely. However, Saul spared the king of the enemy nation and many sheep and cattle. When Samuel confronted him about his sin, he lied and made excuses. So God told Samuel that Saul's children would not sit on the throne. So God sends Samuel to anoint the next king. He travels to Bethlehem and finds the family of Jesse. He asks Jesse to bring his sons before him. When he sees the oldest, he sees a strong, strapping young man and thinks, this guy's got to be the next king. But God tells him not to look on the outside because God sees the heart. The other sons of Jesse pass by, but God does not direct Samuel to anoint any of these. When Samuel asks Jesse if he has any other sons, David is brought in from the sheep. God tells Samuel to anoint David as the next king of Israel. So what had Samuel been looking at that had made God reprimand him? Samuel was looking at the sons of Jesse as the next king, the next Saul. He was making the same mistake as Israel. He was looking for the strongest, the fastest, the best-looking man possible. Worldly fame works the same way today. Let's just find the person who can throw the farthest, tell the best story, lift the most weights, sing the best, and let's just make them our role model. God is saying, hey Samuel, slow down. You already got messed up by following the word's example in how to choose a king. And look how Saul ended up. Here, let me choose the next leader, because I can see the heart. So God rejects the world's standard of judging by appearance. But what does he have to say about appearance? Jesus commands us when we fast to wash, that way nobody even knows that we're fasting. In 1 Corinthians 11, God clearly addresses men's and women's hair cutting, letting us know that long hair on a man is a shame, whereas long hair is a woman's glory. Jesus admonishes us to let our light shine before men, so that they might know our Father in heaven. 1 Peter 1 tells us to be holy because our God is holy. Using biblical principles, let's take one last look at the life of the man who 1 Samuel 16:7 is about. David didn't run around the rest of his life dressed and acting like a slob. Ha ha ha! I'm the man after God's own heart. It doesn't matter what I look like to you. No, he dressed and acted his part. When it was time to fight, he put on armor. When it was time to take the throne, he dressed and acted like a king. We need to realize that as Christians, we are not like the world. We are royalty. Let's act like it.